I just want to. Okay, amazing. I just want to start by saying thank you for your patience. I could not jump in from my phone, so I'm on Mel's phone right now. We were just at service at the church celebrated Easter. It's been amazing. It's my first time in church, honestly, and it was so beautiful. Oh my god, like this was nothing compared to Sweden, you guys. I'm super excited that I made it in time. I was like sitting there, I was like, oh, I don't want to leave the service, but I don't want to be late for the call either. So I was like begging for it to be able to end in time, and it did. So we're finally here. I'm actually gonna do this opening of the call very quick because we have the man, the myth, the legend on the call himself, and I want you guys to know because I know that for many of you that are, how many of you guys have been here for less than 6 months? Drop a number 6 in the chat if you've been a part of iMaster Academy or the Retired Young Family less than 6 months. See, so there's a lot of people now. I know that you have not seen Maurice as much as we did when we got started in IM. I know that you guys haven't seen or maybe even heard of him that much because since a couple of months ago, he stepped down as an IBO and became a part of corporate, right? And I want you guys to know because Maurice, for me, like I always joke around whenever I see Maurice and his beautiful girlfriend Lee. I'm like, hi, mom and dad. Because honestly, Maurice have taken care of me in a way that I will never be able to repay or even say thank you enough for that, because me and Maurice go way back. I met him the first time in Croatia like 2.5 years ago or something. And man, was I scared of him. Oh my God. Like I saw him and I was like standing like, do I go to him? Do I say something? And I don't know. I remember not even being aware why I was scared of him, But like eventually I started talking, and eventually I was like going up to him and like, hey, because he was the only one that had a car when we were in Croatia. So I was like, hey, could you maybe drive me to the house? He's like, yes, of course. It's like 5 minutes. Let's go. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. And then we started going on the first tour in Sweden, and we had the second tour in Sweden, and then we had the third tour in Sweden. And then just having that time, we connected so deep. And Maurice, today, maybe he's not even aware of this, but Maurice has literally changed my life in ways I've not even started to describe. He's been there more than most people have. And keep in mind, you guys, Maurice was a chairman 25. He was leading the entire German market and the Scandinavian market. And he still is, like, he's still there as normal as when he was an IBO, he was not only that, he was a crypto educator before as well, right? So this man was busy. Okay, now he has a kid on its way, and this man was so busy, and every single freaking time I call him, he takes his time and he talks to me. Right? I had a situation a couple of months ago where I called him, and I was literally bawling my eyes out. Called him in the middle of the night when he was on tour with Alex Morton, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And he sat for an entire hour calming me down, talking to me, giving me ideas, giving me new perspectives. There's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of leaders that has this heart. There's not a lot of leaders that lead with love the way Maurice does. I will forever be grateful for everything Maurice does for us, right? Not only that, guys, he's coming to Sweden. Right? He's coming back to Sweden. We're forcing him all the way back to Sweden again in a couple of months for the big event with Alex Morton. And I'm so grateful and I'm so happy, Maurice, that you are taking your time to jump on this call. I know you have a fire training, so I'm actually gonna shut up right now, stop talking, because I'm so excited for your training and I'm super grateful. And I think that Anwar is giving you hosts and stuff, right? I hope so.
I think so, yeah.
Yay! There is, guys. Some love for Maurice in the chat. Keep spamming the chat. Let's go. There we go.
Don't spam chat too much, otherwise Helen's connection is gonna get completely lost probably. But thank you so much, Helen, for your introduction. And then they say in the US they have better internet connection, right? I don't know how they make up that. That's funny. all right, guys. First of all, really excited to be here with you all today. Um, was it nah, it's nah. Your connection was amazing, Helen. You had great internet connection. It was super decent, right, guys? Everyone in the chat says it was super good, the connection, right? Yeah. You see, everyone says the same, Helen. So don't worry about that. Guys, I'm really excited to be here with you all today. We have 90 days until the Alex Morton event in Stockholm, guys, which is gonna be the first time that Alex Morton is in Sweden. And Alex actually reached out to me like 2 weeks ago or something like that, and he asked me if I would be down to go to Sweden with him in the summer, because he knows that on the last tour we did, Sweden was unfortunately not a part of it. So we wanted to make sure this time we hit the Scandinavian markets. So we're gonna be in Scandinavia, in Denmark, and in Sweden on the weekend of June 29 and 30. June 29, if I'm not mistaken, must be the Denmark Copenhagen event, and then on June 30th we do the event, I think, in Stockholm, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is it in Stockholm this time? Yeah. I see a couple of people. They're like, yeah, I think so. Like it's slightly shaking with their heads. Okay, now we good. It's gonna be in Stockholm. So really exciting. Last time I was in Stockholm was in December, guys. We had an amazing opportunity event there. I believe there was like 400, 500 people. I don't remember exactly, something around that. It was definitely the biggest we had on that tour. So I'm really excited to come back to you guys with Alex together in the summer. And we have 90 days now, guys. 90 days until the event. That means that you have 90 days now to hit your rank that you have as a goal. And I'm 100% sure that everyone here on this call, even if you just got started today, you can hit Platinum 2000 until this event, end of June, together with Alex Morton. Just imagine how it's gonna be when you walk up that stage and you go up there, when you get your Platinum 2000 certificate, when you have the opportunity actually to speak to Alex, maybe be in the backstage, right? Higher rank means you get more access, means it also gets easier for you to speak to those amazing people. That was one of the things that really motivated me from the beginning, because I knew that the bigger I grow and the bigger I get as a person, but especially also as a leader, the more opportunities I'm gonna get to learn from even bigger people, right? From people that I'm looking up to, because they also just have their 24 hours, right? So Alex Morton, for example, he wouldn't care if the person that he speaks to is a German 10 or a Platinum 150, or if the person just got started. I was on tour with him. I saw him. I saw how Alex acts, and it's not about that, but it's about like the leaders who would, for example, say like, no, like I cannot make Alex Morton talk to every P150, otherwise he's gonna talk to all of the people tomorrow still. So there gotta be, for example, a specific rank or a specific achievement that you're gonna have to have that opportunity, for example, to be together with Alex the night after, be at a dinner, right? I can definitely see a Platinum 2000 and above dinner that we're gonna do with Alex together in the evening, right? Most likely before it was something like Platinum 5000 above, maybe, but I'm seeing us doing a Platinum 2000 and above leadership training, even if it's P1 and above. I don't know. That gotta be on the leadership, on your leaders, whatever capacity we have, right, to do something like this. But reaching Platinum 1000 or Platinum 2000, this is the goal for today. This is what it's all about for today, reaching Platinum 2000 in the next 90 days, no matter where you are staying right now. And I really want you guys to go and write down everything that you're now hearing and seeing from me, because you cannot remember all of those things if you just listen and if you don't write it down. So make sure you write those things down, not because I'm more special or because I know things or whatsoever. It's not about that. I'm not special. I don't know much more than Helen, for example, knows. Like I'm just doing it maybe a little bit longer. But the reason why I want you guys to really write down is because I know that you're gonna forget it if you don't do. And that what I'm gonna show with you and I'm gonna share with you now, guys, is a blueprint for you to hit Platinum 2000 in the next 90 days. I put some effort today into that to put that all together and really make a nice training for you guys. And it is, in my opinion, necessary for you to know to hit this rank. Before we can hit Platinum 2000, right, we need to start with the very, very, very basics. So the first very important thing, I don't know if I can, probably I can, right? Can I do just a whiteboard here? Let's see. How do I do that? Yeah, whiteboard. All right, you should be able to see the whiteboard now. I just need to get familiar with it, so give me maybe a second. So first thing here is when talking, oops, when talking to people. When you're talking to people, guys, then there is a few things that are really, really, really important for you to know and for you to understand. The first thing I want you guys to understand is that you here, can I make this bigger here? Yeah, I can. So understand that they need you more than you need them. And don't be needy. That is the first very, very, very important thing for you to know about this business, because you're gonna see, we're gonna get into techniques, we're gonna get into some specific tasks that I want you to do every single day. But before we get into all of that, I really want you guys to understand the principles, the basics, the things that are important, the things that are going between your ears. Because the things that are going on between your ears will decide about your future and about your future success. And you're going to see why. So the first thing I really want you guys to understand is that you need to understand that they need you more than you need them. That means that there is millions and millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions of people out there in the world that need that information from you. They need it and they want it. And that's the first thing you need to understand, that there is so many people out there who are thankful for that information that you don't need anyone. People can be thankful that they get the information from you. This is the first thing that is really important for you to understand and to also act like that, right? When it comes to speaking with someone, right? When you speak to someone about the business and you give them the feeling of you need them for your success, you need them to become successful, then most likely they will not start, because it's gonna bring some thoughts into their brains where they're gonna be like, damn, like if she needs me that much to become successful, maybe the business isn't as good as they say it is, right? So the first thing I want is them to understand, damn, she doesn't really need me, it seems like, from how they are speaking and how they're acting, which makes it even more interesting, because now they're gonna get the thoughts of, wow, that business must be insane if you need people to build it, but they don't even want me. There must be so many people out there who want to do that, right? So you see, it's all about like how you are acting and your attitude. So that's the first thing. Understand that they need you more than you need them, and don't be needy in your talks. The next thing that is so important in every single discussion, in every single talk that you're having, is being confident. We're also gonna speak about how to become more confident. So this is gonna be a part of the training. So we're gonna speak about that in a second. I just wanna put it on here already, that this is one of the things when you talk to people, you wanna be confident. And we're gonna speak about how you become more confident in a second. The next thing is lead the meeting by asking questions. This is how you lead every single meeting that you have, every single talk that you have with a prospect. You lead the meeting and you lead the talk by asking questions. This is what you do, because by asking questions, you can decide in which direction this talk and this meeting is gonna go. Just by you asking questions. By you asking questions, you also show that you care and that you're really genuinely interested. So asking questions is helping you in multiple ways. But this is how we lead every single meeting. This is how we lead every single talk that we have, by asking questions. The next big thing when it comes to talking to people is always leverage other people and other success stories from the beginning on. Like, let's say you just got started. You don't have nothing to show. You don't have nothing to prove. You don't have no stories to tell people. You don't have nothing to inspire people. But does that matter? No, because you can leverage other people. You can leverage other success stories. You don't need to leverage yourself. You should not even leverage yourself. If you have 10 years of experience in the industry, you can leverage yourself. You can talk about your own stories. You can talk about your own success. You can talk about your own whatever. When you're at that stage and you have all that experience and you have all of that to prove and to show, then you can do that. But in the beginning, no one has that. So why should you act like you already have it? It's not even necessary. Just go and leverage other people and other success stories. This is what you do when you talk to other people about the business. You speak about the success of others. You speak about Helen. You speak about Emil. You speak about Michael, right? You speak about other people's success and about and you leverage them. This is what you do in every single talk that you have. Next thing that you definitely should remember when you talk to people is facts tell, stories sell. This is why we want to leverage other people's success stories, right? This is why we want to tell people stories, because by telling facts and telling people how I am is working and results here and this and that and blah 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 blah. This is all facts. And this is all nice to know, but it will never close them. What will close them, what will inspire them to get started is stories. And this is what you do by leveraging other people and other people's success stories. So always remember, facts tell, but the stories, they sell, right? And the next and most important thing at the end of a meeting, at the end, before we go out, before we end the meeting and before we stop it, and before you go into the next one, what is it what you're doing? Let me know in the chat. There's one simple short word which describes what you're doing at the very end of every single talk that you have with a prospect. Exactly. Monia just said it. You do bum fum. Exactly. I just saw it again in the chat. This is what you do. Bum fum. Book a meeting from a meeting. That means that you never leave the meeting without having scheduled the next one. This is what you do, especially with your prospects. You don't go out of the meeting without having booked the next meeting. It doesn't matter if you have a 101, if it's a 201, if you're the upline and like if your upline forgets to do it, then you should do it, but your upline shouldn't forget it. So you as an upline, you should always be reminded of bum fum. Book a meeting from a meeting, never leave the meeting without having scheduled the next one. This is so important to make sure the follow-ups continue. The average person needs 7 follow-ups until they get started. Don't know if you've heard that before, but the average person needs 7 follow-ups to get started with whatever in this business, to buy something that is a little bit more expensive. Maybe you have experienced it for yourself. You wanted to buy a new pair of sneakers, which costs maybe a lot of money, more than usual sneakers, right? And first time you see them, you like them. Second time you see them, you're like, damn, I still like them. Third time you see them, you're like, I want to buy them. Fourth time you see them, you're like, damn, I would just if I would already make a little bit more money, I would have probably bought them already, right? Fifth time you see them, you're like, damn, I see them one more time and I can't do this no more. I gotta get them, right? Sixth time you see them, you're like, damn, like one more time and I really gonna get you. You see them for the 7th time, you're like, I'm just gonna get them, right? So this is why you need to do the follow-ups. It is with every single thing in your life. The more you get follow-up, the more you get impressions from it, whatever, the more likely it is that you're gonna get started, that you buy something, that you get a service, whatever, right? So 7 follow-ups is what the magic is, and this is why we always do bum fum, guys. In a meeting, whenever we have a meeting, guys, this is the 4 things we want to do. Identification, problem, solution, future. First, we want to identify, right? We want to identify with our prospect. Pretty simple thing when we look at those things up there. Those 2 things that you're seeing here, those 2, that's the first 2 things. Understand that they need you more than you need them, and be confident. Like I said, we're going to speak about how to become more confident on the next thing. The next part of this training is going to be also about confidence. But those 2 are the things that you just need to understand. They need to be in your head. Now we get to identification. This is how we do every single meeting. meeting. First, we want to identify with the prospect. Then we want to talk about their problem. We want to find out what their problem is. We want to give them a solution for their problem. And then we want to speak with them and tell them how their future could look like with our solution for their problem. But it only will work if we identify with that person, or that person identifies with us. So how can I identify with someone? Pretty easy. By asking questions, guys. Do you see that when I mark something? Yeah, you see it marked then? By asking questions, guys. This is how we identify, how we can make sure that we identify with someone, or someone can identify with us. Because how do I know something about that person without asking questions? You don't. So the only way for you to make sure that that person can identify with yourself is by asking that person questions, so you get to know that person better. So this is how we identify, right? The second thing is problem. We want to find out their problem. How do we find out the problem of a prospect? How do we figure it out? How do we know what the problem of a prospect is? Say it in the chat. What do you think? Vilma already got it. Exactly. We asking questions. You see, questions. It's questions again and again and again. Questions are the most important, because by asking questions, we can make sure that the person can identify with us. By asking questions, we can make sure that we know their problem. So this is why we want to ask questions. The next thing is solution. We want to provide them a solution for their problem. Let's say they don't have enough time. They don't have enough time for their family. So the main reason that they don't have enough time for their family is probably because they're working too much. That means that they're exchanging too many hours for most likely not enough money. So the problem is there. So how do we get that solved? Not by working less, because then we're also making less money, right? No, we all only get that problem solved by, for temporarily time, working even more, having even less time for the family, and having even less time for the things that you want to do and the things that you don't have enough time for. But you only do that to then have more time, because as soon as you make more money with this thing here and with the business here, then you can work less on your normal job, right? And then you, by that, because you can just work this job and this business whenever you have time to, you can spend more time with your family when they have time to spend time with you, right? Makes sense? So this is what we want to make sure, that we understand the problem, and then we provide a solution, and we make the person understand the solution. We make them understand why the reason they say the reason I cannot start is I don't have enough money. If you don't have 250 euros to get this business started, then this is exactly the reason why you should get this business started. Because not even having 250 euros to get a business started and to try something out tells me that you don't make enough money. And this won't change in the future if you don't change. So you see, it's always just about figuring out what the problem is and then providing the solution. The solution, again, we can provide by leveraging other people and leveraging other success stories. Tell them about someone who didn't have enough money in the beginning. If someone tells me I don't have enough money, I tell them what I did. I sold my Xbox back in 2015. Sold my Xbox, got started with the business. Told myself I'm not gonna use the Xbox no more. I want to become successful in this business first. Before I don't become successful in this business, I don't need my Xbox no more. So I'm gonna buy a PlayStation as soon as I have hit a specific rank within the compensation plan. For me, it was Chairman 10, and then I'm gonna get that PlayStation. Until then, I don't need it no more, right? So this is the story I would tell. Now, if you have someone who doesn't have enough money, you can tell the exactly same story by leveraging my story and leveraging me as a person. And this is what we're speaking about here, right? Always leverage other people and other success stories. Facts tell, stories sell. This is exactly what we do here in Solution and also in Future, because also Future is nothing else than a story that we're telling them about, like how their future could look like by having or using the solution that we just provided for their problem, right? So you see, it's all about these two things when it comes to what is going on between your ears. And it all goes to lead the meeting by asking questions and leveraging other people and success stories and understanding that facts tell and stories sell when it becomes to problems, solution, and the future, right? And then at that point, if the closing is not happening, we're doing bump fun. And we go back and we book a meeting from this meeting and make sure we have another meeting set up. Does this make sense for everyone? Right. Then put 17. Don't spam it, guys. Don't spam it. But put, you don't even know when or for what. But put 17 in the chat if, oops, that was the wrong one. Sorry. Should copy this one. If you want to become a professional, who wants to become a professional? Who wants to be a professional network marketer, network marketing professional, a NWM pro? Because network marketing professionals, guys, they are focusing on or like not focusing, but every network marketing professional has those for, how do you say, characters or thinks in that way, has that. It's like I'm missing the right word for it, but you're gonna understand. The first thing is solutions. Every network marketing professional always thinks and acts in solutions. That means that a network marketing professional will always provide solutions for everyone. That's what we just had here, right? Solution. So the solutions is the first thing. You need to provide solutions. This is what every single professional network marketer does all day long for prospects, for team partners, for their leaders, whatever, right? You always think and act in solutions. You can never think in problems. It doesn't work like that. So you always want to think in solutions and you want to provide those to other people. The more solutions you provide and the more problems you solve, the more successful you become in this business. You can write it down like that. The more solutions I provide, or the more problems I solve, the more successful I become in this business. That's it. That's what you want to focus on. Providing solutions, focusing on solving problems. This is what you do. Next thing that every single network marketing professional has is focus. They all have the right focus. And there's 3 things that you can do if you don't have the focus that you should have, because there's so much going on in this world. There's social media, and there is drama, and there is politics, and there is terror here, and there's like all kind of craziness, right? And then there is like 200 business opportunities, and then you could do this and you could do that, and then there's another person coming around the corner with a new company, and all that things, right? So many things that could distract you. Most important in this industry is staying laser focused, because the people who build one thing over a strong period of time, and I mean with that 5 to 10 plus years, those are the ones becoming most successful. Alex Morton now is with this company since 2016, guys. For 8 years now, Alex Morton is with iMastery Academy. What do you think why Alex Morton is the #1 in this industry? Because he's not hopping from company to company and doing something for 2, 3, 4 years and doing the next thing and doing the next thing. No, he stays at one thing, he stays at one course, and he builds it big. And if it needs to be rebuilt, he rebuilds it. And if it needs to be rebuilt, he rebuilds it, right? But it's not the solution of like getting distracted. So staying focused is extremely important. So, and for what can you do now to set your priorities better, or to focus better? First thing I just said, you set your priorities, right? So the first thing you can do to be more focused is set priorities. Know exactly what is most important for you. Maybe make a list with all the things going on in your life and then rank them in a tier system, which is what are the most important, what is the top priorities in my life. Some of you don't need to write that down. Some of you must do that, because otherwise you'll always think like, oh, should I do this now or that, or and this and that, and that. For me, whenever I do something, this is my priority right now. When I get distracted with someone else, I know exactly immediately if I have a new priority now or if not. Let's say, for example, I was eating with Leah and with her mom yesterday for dinner, and then I got a text message with like this SOS thing on my phone, right? You know, like these SOS symbols, WhatsApp emojis, right? I saw it from a specific person and I called that person. Normally, my priority would be 100% having dinner now with my girl and with her mom, but there is some specific people. If they send me like a SOS, I'm there. Then my priorities are switching. So this is what I mean with like, I know at every single time if it's my priority right now or not. I saw the call from that person. I'm like, I'm eating now. I saw the SOS, my focus switches, and my priority switches, because I know, okay, now this is important to me. I know exactly to every single second of the day, what is my priority? What is the thing that I want to do now? And I never waste time thinking about, should I do this or should I do that? So some of you are the same like me. You don't have to write it down, but most likely you're not. So you write it down, because I've done it also back in the days when I did not know all of my priorities like I know them now, right? So set your priorities, think about them, make it clear, make a tier list for yourself. It will help you to get more focus. Second thing is schedule your day. You always do this before the day starts, right? So on the day before you go to sleep, you already schedule your next day, especially if you have problems with staying focused and there's too much going on and you have the feeling of like you're working for 5 hours a day on the business, but it's not really productive. Most likely it's because you're being active, but not you being productive, right? Because you think you're working for the business, but you're just like scrolling on Instagram and doing some other type of things that you think that are maybe good for you and your business, but they're not, right? So schedule your day, know exactly, okay, from 9 to 10 I'm doing this, from 10 to 10:30 I'm doing that, from 10:30 to 12:30 I'm doing this, right? Make yourself also a break time, make yourself time to go out, to maybe let your phone at home for half an hour and just walk, right? Do that, but have it scheduled. If you have problems with staying focused and you have problems with managing your time the right way. And the third thing is have a to-do list, MMAs, right? We're going to speak about it at the very end also, with all the things that I want you to do until the Alex Morton event for the next 90 days, right? So have your to-do list, know your MMAs. MMAs are money-making activities, and money-making activities are only those that either lead to a sign-up by yourself or a sign-up by someone else in your team. That's it. That's the MMA. Everything that leads to a sign-up from yourself or by someone in your team. If what you're doing right now is not leading to a sign-up, like this call here is not an MMA. This call is probably super important for you, but it's not an MMA, right? So it means that you need to do sometimes things that are super important to you, like doing personal development, for example, being on the team calls, right? Being on the events. All of these things are super important to you and to your future, for your future business and for your future success. But it's not an MMA. It doesn't lead to a sign-up. The things you learn here maybe leads to then, if you do them in that way, leading to a sign up. But you get what I mean, right? And personal development and learning new skills and learning new things is never really a MMA. MMA is everything that leads to a sign up, and either by yourself or by your team partner, right? So this is what we do for focus. The next thing is confidence, guys. And this is what we were speaking about already in the very beginning, right here, when I was speaking about being confident. Okay, now how do I get back into this one here? I just clicked out of my super, super nice text here, and now I don't know how to get back in here. All right, doesn't matter. We just use the next one here. Confidence. All right. So confidence, guys. There's a bunch of things that you can do to become more confident, right? Let me change this one here because I don't want you. Okay. So the first thing you can do to become more confident is plan A mentality. Someone who is confident about what they are doing doesn't have a plan B. Plan A mentality means that you only have this as your plan. There's no plan B. There's no, yeah, I could do this, but I also could do something else, right? No, this is what I'm doing. And this is the only thing that I'm doing. Plan A mentality is helping you to become more confident with your business, because you know that is your thing. Everyone should know that this is your thing. Everyone should know you as the guy who's building this business, or the girl that is building that business, right? This is how everyone should know you. And they only know you by that if everyone knows this is your plan A. This is the thing that you want to do. Let everyone know that this is the thing that you want to do. It puts pressure on you. This is the reason I never gave up. The reason I never gave up is because I told everyone that I'm going to get successful in this business. Everyone doubted it. No one believed in me. And everyone was pointing with their fingers at me, called me like Mr. Business and where's the Lambo and blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Now they don't talk like that no more, because I gave them a reason to stop talking like that. If I would have given up, I would have given them a reason to keep on talking like that and keep on pointing with their fingers at me and being like, we were right. And we told you so. You should have never got started, right? but it's in your hands. It was in my hand if I let them be like that or not. So put yourself into that pressure, right? Where you tell everyone that this is what you're gonna do. So you know that you can never give up, right? This is me, definitely it helped. Second thing is you want to have a 0F attitude, right? A 0F attitude. That means that you don't give a damn about what other people say about you, about what other people say about your business, about what other people say about you and your team partners and the events and whatsoever that you're doing, right? You don't give a damn about what they are saying. This is so super, super, super important in life, guys, in life, not just here in the business, in life. Talk to any successful person on this planet. Doesn't matter if they're coming from music, if they're doing sports, it doesn't matter what they're doing. Business, talk to them all. Talk to any one of them. You won't find a single person that is very successful in their niche that is going to tell you, it was all easy and yeah, everyone believed in me. No one will tell you that. No one. Everyone will tell you the exactly opposite of that. Everyone will tell you that no one believed in them besides maybe their mom, if they were lucky, and that it was far, 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 far away from being easy. And this is the same like everywhere in life, guys. But you think that someone that became professional or became successful with something did that without having people doubting them and telling them, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No, it doesn't matter where. In sports, in music, in business, everywhere it's the same. Because as soon as people do something that most of the other people on this planet are not doing, they don't understand why you do that, because most people don't do it. Why do you do it? Why do you really think that you're that sharp? Do you really think you're that smart? Do you really think that you have it in you, that you can become successful? Do you really think that you are the one? Like you gotta be crazy to think that, right? Like all of that talk, it gotta be like it goes in here and it goes here out, you know? It's super, super important for you to understand. It's everywhere the same in life. If you understand that, you prepared for life, not just for this business, but for life, guys. Everywhere, it's the same. You wanna become someone, or you wanna have the things most of the people don't have. You gotta do the things most of the people don't do, because by doing what everyone is doing, you will get what everyone has. And that's not enough time for their families, for their friends, for what they want to do, not enough money to go to that vacation that you really want to go to, not enough money to drive the car that you want to drive, not enough money to live in the apartment that you want to live, not enough money to provide the family what you maybe want to provide them as a man or woman, as a husband or wife, right? That's what most of the people in this world have. If we're honest, I'm not saying that everyone is like unhappy and people want more but they don't have it and then they get unhappy. Like not necessary. Like some people are also happy with what they have and they want to, maybe they want to have more, but not so much that they would give up on some other things, right? And now it comes to you, and how bad do you want it? Like, do you want it bad enough that you are willing to sacrifice? Do you want it bad enough that you are willing to yeah, give up some time with your loved ones? You need to understand you don't do this for the rest of your life, right? Giving up time for your loved ones and doing a little bit less with your family and more for your business is not for the rest of your life. And this is what is most important also to understand. And this is what it brings us to the last point here from this list, which is burning desire, guys. This is the fourth thing that every network marketing professional has. Burning desire is what all the Germans have in common. There's only one thing everyone has in common from all of the Germans, and that's burning desire. Everything else, their story, their background, whatever the system that they use, the products that they use, the how they build the business, everything is different for all of the Germans. But one thing is in common for all of them, and that's burning desire. And your burning desire you find, but knowing what do you want in life, go big or go home, right? Either you do it the right way and you do it big. That's at least my mentality: go big or go home. Like I'm not gonna do it something halfway, you know. I'm like, either do it big or I don't do it at all, right? This was my attitude always since the beginning. But you need to understand that this sacrifice that I was also speaking about before is not for forever. Most people are thinking like, I cannot sacrifice because I don't know for how long. Like, it doesn't matter. Sacrifice for the next 5 years. Why not? If you sacrifice for 5 years, the next 50 years gonna look completely different. They're gonna look like the next 50 years would have never looked like. But the only way for you to make that happen is by making it happen, guys, and by sacrificing. I give you an example. Like, I always spoke about it on events, on trainings, on whatever, like on big conventions, on stages. Always spoke about sacrifice and, like, how do you say it? It's I don't want to get I normally I don't get emotional, never, but it's a special topic for me. So I always spoke about that I want to sacrifice in my young age, because I know I don't have my own family, I don't have my own kids, right? I don't have like all the responsibilities that you have when you become older, right? Now I'm sitting here being a little bit older, not too much, but a little bit, and Helen said it in the introduction already, so can also speak about it. And now I'm becoming a father in the summer times. And now I understand that how much it was worth it to sacrifice so many hours. It was not easy, guys. Like, you don't want to see my grandma's face when I told her like 4 or 5 years ago that I cannot make it to their golden marriage, right? I don't know if that's the right English word for it. If they when they're like together married for like 50 years, right? And it's the golden marriage. And there was big celebration and everything with the whole family. But I had an event on that weekend planned in Bremen, which is like 8 hours away from where the family celebration was. And I already confirmed this event, not really knowing, because of whatever reason I didn't have it in my calendar, that on that weekend there is the family celebration, right? So 2 3 weeks before that, I told my grandpa, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be at an event on that day, and I'm trying my best to somehow make it to go to the celebration in the evening on the same day. And guys, I did it, but I didn't know that I'm gonna make it. I drove the 8 hours in six. Like, there was not so much traffic. So, and in Germany we have unlimited autobahns, right? So I was driving legally. But I was making it happen, guys. I was the first speaker at the event. Immediately started driving, right? And then I made it in time, and my grandpa was really happy. But I didn't know if I'm gonna make it. I was willing to sacrifice again, and I was already doing the business for so many years, right? When I was a Platinum 5,000 around Christmas, or like at Christmas, my mom, on the Christmas evening, I was a Platinum 5,000 already. My mom was crying, but not because she was proud that I'm a Platinum 5,000 now. No, she was crying because she was still scared about me doing this business. I was doing it for years already. And she was still scared because she was like, I don't know if you're going to make this money next month. Now things are different, another couple years later, right? But it took my mom like so many years to accept that I'm doing something different, to be fine with it, that I'm doing something different, right? It took her so many years. So just want to share these stories with you, so you know that you're not alone. You may be thinking like, I have all these problems and all these things that I need to do and sacrifices, and I'm pretty sure all the other people had it so much easier. Like, bullshit. No, they don't. No one who became successful had it easy. No one. The only thing they all just did is making the decisions most of the people wouldn't do. Are you willing to make the decisions most of the people are not willing to do? That's the big question, guys. Um, we're already in here for almost an hour, guys. You're still with me? We can continue this a little bit for like another, I don't know, how much more do I have here? We can for sure another 20 minutes, something like that, 20 25 minutes we still have here with all the content. Let's see. How do I put this one here? All right, so next thing I want to speak about with you guys is your results. All right. Who's happy with their results? 7 in the chat if you're happy with your results right now. How do I do that? Oh, here. Boom, boom. Wait, this is not right. Oh, I opened another one. Why is this so weird? 7, but not finished. Okay, good. Let's see. How do I can I delete it? Oh, okay, this is how I delete it. Okay, good. So thing is results. Boom. So results is the next thing I want to speak about with you. Why do I want to speak about results? Pretty easy, because the results are the ones that we want to get, right? We want to get results. Everyone here wants to get results. But to get your results, it starts with something. Is your attitude, guys. Attitude is what it starts with. Why? Because your attitude decides what your potential is. If you have the attitude of like, let's see if I become successful here. Let's see what I can achieve here. Let's see. I'm gonna try it out. Let's see. If you have that as your attitude, then your potential is gonna be probably becoming a platinum 300 in 6 months. Right? So if your attitude is like, let's see, and I'm gonna try it out, and like, yeah, I'm not too serious about it, then this is exactly what your potential is. Right? So your potential then leads to what? Saw it in the chat before already. Your potential leads to your actions, right? So when you have the potential of becoming a platinum 300 in the next 6 months, then probably that's also gonna be your actions and the things that you're gonna do every single day, which is not too many, probably, if you have that as your attitude. But if your attitude is, I'm gonna make it big, I'm gonna become successful here, I'm gonna reach chairman 10, I'm gonna become the number 1 in my market, in the country where I'm living and where I'm from. If that's your attitude, then you have the potential of becoming a chairman. And chairman is not just chairman 10, it's chairman 25, 50, 100, 1,000. Maybe you're the first chairman 1,000, the first chairman 2,000. Who knows? This rank is gonna be in the compensation plan one day, as soon as someone hits it. Chairman 750 was not always there. We only had chairman 500. And then there was people starting to hit chairman 750. And then we added chairman 750. It's the same for the next ranks, guys. So potential leads to actions. If you have the attitude of becoming a chairman and that you're gonna make it big here, that's your potential, then your actions most likely gonna be the same, and you're gonna do a lot every single day. And by doing that, you're gonna have different results. So you see, your results start with your attitude, with what's going on between your ears, right? So this is why attitude leads to results, guys. Really, really important. All right, and then now I want you guys to do these as actions. This is the actions that I want you guys to do for the next 90 days until the event with Alex Morton. The first thing is, everyone here on this call, doesn't matter which rank you are, you talk to 3 new people every day. If you're completely new, we're gonna get into that in a second. But for everyone here on the call, you want to speak to 3 new people every single day. I don't care if you talk to them on the street, if you talk to them on Instagram, whatever, but you speak to at least 3 new people every single day. Forget what I just said. You speak to 3 new people, because if you do it on Instagram, you text just 3 people randomly. And best is, right, it's like they don't even have a profile picture or whatever, just so you feel like, oh, I did something for myself today. No. This is not what we do. So you speak to 3 new people every day, ERL, in real life. All right. So 3 new people every single day in the real life, not just on Instagram, not just on socials, on the street, right? You go to them and you speak to them. It doesn't even need to be on the street. It can be in the supermarket. It can be at a restaurant. It doesn't matter. I give you something that I always did when I was in a restaurant, for example, or in supermarkets, or whenever or also in, like, I don't know, like sneaker store or whatever, right? Where you buy stuff at Zara, you can do it everywhere where you talk to people and where people are talking to you. And if you have someone who speaks pretty good, they're pretty friendly maybe, or they just give you the feeling of like, "Pooh, I want you in my team. I could see you in my team." As soon as you have that thought, I could see you in my team. I could see it happen that I work together with you. In that moment, always do the following. As soon as you leave the place, for example, you're at a restaurant, you had a great service, right? And before you leave the restaurant, while your friends are already going out of the restaurant, you go to that person and all you say is one sentence. Damn, I was about to go out, but I needed to tell you, I think if you would do what I do, you would be extremely good at it, or you would be extremely successful with it, or you would make a lot of money with it. Whatever. One of these three things. You tell them exactly that. And they will look at you. They're like, what do you mean I would be good at what you're doing? What are you doing? They will ask you always. There's maybe 1 out of 100 person who wouldn't, but most likely 100 from 100 people would ask you, what are you doing? The reason you ask, you go to that person at the very end when they're leaving, when your friends are leaving the restaurant already, is because now you can say, damn, I would love to tell you, but as you can see, my friends are already leaving. We gotta go. But I had to tell you this before I leave. Would you mind giving me your Instagram or your telephone number? And if you don't mind, I'm just sending you a video later when I'm home. How does that sound? Guys, 99% will give you their Instagram at least, or maybe their cell phone number, and they want to see that video. It's really, really, really easy. All you gotta do is be nice, be confident, be natural, have a smile on your face, and just say that one sentence. And from there on, it's already like moving its way. It's so easy because you're just gonna be like, I would love to tell you, can't, my friends are already leaving, but if you don't mind, you can just give me your phone number or your Instagram and I would send you a video when I'm home. How does that sound? It's so easy, guys, and that's how you can get numbers and Instagrams from real people, where also your closing rate is going to be much, much, much more higher than when you're just talking to random people on Instagram and so on, right? So this is what I want you guys to do, every single one of you, especially the leaders being in Miami right now. Use that time, guys. You're in Miami, you're in a different country. They don't even speak the same. Like, I know you guys speak English all pretty good, but they don't even speak Swedish, right? So it's not your main language. You have nothing to lose. Speak to as many people as possible as you can. Be the leaders that you want to be also for the team, and also share it in the team groups. Share it when maybe don't like film directly next to someone else, right? When they talk to someone, but if you're standing like few meters away or whatever, then maybe do a quick photo or video about how someone else is just talking to a prospect on the street. Just make sure you do it in a way so they don't really see it and they don't get a feeling of like what's going on here is like a hidden camera or what. So just make sure on that. But definitely, guys, every single one of you talk to 3 new people every single day. And then for the newest persons, for all of these new people that we get that we getting started with this, right? We want to do the following. And this is the 5 things that we want to do with them. So how do you, let me put that up here. So prospect, why is it a list? Prospect list. So the first thing is we want to do a prospect list with every single new person that you get started, right? You want to do a prospect list with them. Something that every one of you knows, shouldn't be something new, right? But this is the first thing we do with every single new person. We make a list with all of the people that they know. Everyone, right? They should think about like, which people did I know when I was 5 years old? What were my friends when I was 10 years old? What were the people that I got to know on the last 5 family vacations, right? All of these, because just by putting that also in their mind, yeah, there's someone and there's someone and there's someone. So often people know way more people than they think that they do, right? So prospect, this is the first thing. Then make sure that they talk to 5 to 10 people from their list every single day, because by doing so, they're gonna speak to 35 to 70 people in the first week. Even if you just speak to 35 people in your first week, if you just get to close 10% of them, then you have already 3 people in your business, and you have the first 3 signups, which is your foundation for Platinum 300, right? Because as soon as you have 3 signups, all you got to do now is with 2 of them, you want to show them how they can sign up 1 person. Because as soon as from your 3 personals, 2 of them signing up 1 person, congrats, you're Platinum 300, right? So this is pretty easy for everyone to do. And you want to make sure that your newest person talks to 5 to 10 new people every single day. In their second week, you want to make sure that they do their first home event with 10 person, right? Probably the 10 best friends that they have that they invite to their apartment. Maybe also do it in the first week if they're like people where you feel like, wow, this is someone who has a lot of influence also on their friendship and on their friends group, right? And then you want to maybe make sure that they do the home event with you together as their upline, or having Emil or Helen calling in via Zoom on the home meeting, right? And do that pretty early, because then you can also work with making sure that those people know that they need to position. Let's say you started someone who's an alpha, right? Someone who's a beast in someone, how do I say, someone in the friends group, when everyone says we go to McDonald's, and that one guy says no, we go to Max, and then everyone goes to Max, right? You see how everyone everywhere else I would do this with Burger King and McDonald's. With you guys, I do this with McDonald's and Max. So because Max, I believe, like nowhere else in the world exists besides Sweden, but it's good. It's definitely better than McDonald's. So I can understand those people following that one guy. But you get the point, right? Everyone says, now let's go there, but one guy says, now we go there, and then everyone goes there. And you sign someone like this, then you maybe want to have a home meeting with them at the very beginning, very early, so you can talk to all of their friends and be like, hey, like Sebastian, he just got started, right? Sebastian is definitely not a Swedish name, but whatever. Like Sebastian, he just got started, and he's gonna make it big here. You guys are the first ones knowing about this now, and now is your time to position yourself. Because if you are the first sign up he makes, then you're in the front line of his team. This team is gonna get big either with or without you, but you can have and you can secure yourself that position already. So this is like a urgency is the right word for it, right? So you can work a lot with urgency there and make sure that people position themselves pretty early. So depending on how that person is, how big their friends group is, either in the first or second week latest, you want to make sure that they do their first home event, right? I also did my first home event within the first 2 weeks when I got started in the business. And then put them in a group. All of the other people, everyone that you cannot meet in person, you want to make sure that your team partner puts that new prospect together with you if you're already ready to sign people. If not, you want to make sure that your upline does that, right? Your Platinum 1000 and above uplines, you want to make sure that you get in Instagram groups, for example, with your team partner and prospect. So your team partner puts the prospect in a group together with the upline. That's the 3 ways: upline, you, and your prospect, right? And you all together make one group. You make a different group for every single prospect. You can do this on WhatsApp. You can do this on Telegram. You can do it on Instagram. If your upline has a beautiful profile like the one from Helen, then I would definitely use that and leverage that and put Helen into an Instagram group, for example, with that prospect. So then there, Helen can now start to talk to your prospect, because you, as someone who's completely new in the business, you should do nothing but learning. Right? So by just putting your prospect with Helen in a group and seeing how Helen works, how Helen explains the business, how Helen explains everything and how it works, you learn from that. You see it often enough. You see it 5, 10, 15, 20 times, and then you're ready to do it the same. And that's where duplication begins, right? So this is what you want to do with all of the people that you don't can meet with, and all the people that you can meet with, do 201 meetings. 201, same thing. 2 is you and the upline, and one is prospect, right? 2-on-1. You two speak with the prospect, and you know why it's gotta be 3, right? You, because your prospect trusts you, and without you, there is no trust. Without trust, there is no sign up. But you don't have any credibility because you just got started in the business. So your upline has the credibility. Your upline has all the success. Your upline has all the results already. So this is why you want to have your upline also with you, right? So this is the main reasons, because of trust and because of credibility. You want to have yourself and you want to have your upline with you on all of these meetings. Then you put them into the system, right? You have a beautiful and amazing system for the Swedish market with all of your with the website and with the videos and everything that you guys have as a system, which by the way is amazing because I didn't have that in my beginnings. I didn't have a website. When we had our first website and the first videos on there, guys, it was like we thought we just figured out how light works, like that was insane. We were like working with videos on YouTube. That was how we got started, like creating our first videos and then making a YouTube playlist, for example, right? But what you guys have now with all of the system and everything is really, really, really crazy. Now I see a Sebastian saying in the chat, Maurice knows Sweden. So I'm sorry for saying that. I just thought Sebastian is more like a complete German name. And but no, it's a funny coincidence. So like I said, put them into the system at the end after you got them started, and then repeat, guys. From there on, just repeat, repeat, repeat all of what you guys just saw here and today. And for the very, very end, do a quick picture or a screenshot if you need it, because I'm about to delete everything that you guys see here in the next 10 seconds. And then I'm gonna show you for the end before we ending the call. Or maybe I gotta ask, can I even do one more thing, or are we already over time? I don't know if you have another thing going or if this call was just scheduled for an hour.
You
We
can
good?
go, bro. You can
Yeah?
continue. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
okay.
getting
It's
valid,
just
bro.
one.
Just go
Amazing.
crazy.
That's great. So there's one more thing I want to show you guys, because I don't know how many of you actually have seen this. Some of the leaders maybe know this. I guess most here probably don't know about it. So give me 1 second. How do I do this? That, boom, and that. So, and now I need some green here. Sorry for my paintings, okay? My paintings are not the best. I'm not good at painting, and it's also really not so easy with the touchpad here to paint. So what else do we need? So this guys here is, as you Maurice Picasso, no, not really. As you hopefully already figured, this is a tree. Okay. And this tree stands for your business. Okay. It's the tree of your business. Everything that you see here stands for your business. So, trees. What do trees have? Trees have branches, which I just painted here, right? But trees don't only have branches, they also have leaves, right? Some leaves here, some leaves there. Another, that was a little bit too big, maybe. Whatever. Some leaves here, some leaves there, right? So all over this tree is leaves. So the problem now with those leaves is that they're leaving mostly once a year. And when stop it, guys. I see what you're saying in the chat. So this tree is having those leaves here, and this tree knows that once a year in fall, those leaves are leaving by falling. That was so bad. So then we don't have leaves no more. And the tree doesn't look as beautiful as it looked before. But is the tree still standing strong? Or is the tree falling down just because he lost his leaves? No, because the tree knows that it's part of the game. It's part of his nature. It's part of the cycles. And these leaves, guys, are team partners. It's team partners, it's customers, it's people that come and go. And the same like this tree knows that leaves coming and going, and that there's cycles for them to come and go, the same way you need to understand that in this business, team partners come and go, and you will not be able to control it. The same way this tree is not able to control the wind that is coming, and that his leaves get weaker and weaker and weaker, and then they fall off. Part of the nature, part of this tree, part of your business. But we don't also only have leaves here. We also have the branches. And for the branches, it's different, because branches typically don't fall off. Branches only fall off if there is, for example, a big thunderstorm, right? And if there is maybe something happening that normally doesn't happen, a storm. The same way, like in your business, there could be a storm. There is the typical cycles that your customers and most of the team partners, they come and go, and they won't stay here for forever. But for some of your close team partners, you wouldn't expect them to leave or to go somewhere else or to do something different, right? Same way like this tree would not expect his branches to fall off, but he cannot control it. The tree cannot control what's going on in the world. The tree cannot control that there is maybe a big storm going on, and the storm is strong enough to get this branch down and maybe also to get that branch down, you know? And the tree has less branches than before. But who would have thought that that tree is also able to recover and to get bigger and stronger and better branches than before? So this tree here is growing new branches. And as you can see, they are bigger and stronger than they were before. Same in your business. Sometimes you need to lose some leaders and some people that you were really, really close to, because if they wouldn't leave, the new ones couldn't rise up. And most likely the new ones are more strong and better than the old ones. It's the same like for this tree. Also, the new leaves that this tree is getting gonna be more beautiful, stronger, and better than they were ever before, right? So this is what happens with the tree. But the tree never falls down or gives up just because it loses its leaves and its branches. It doesn't happen. Why is that? There's one very simple reason why this is not happening, and that's the so-called roots. The roots are the reason for that. The roots making the tree strong. The roots making sure that this tree cannot fall down. And you have roots in your business. One of my roots, for example, is Michael Amberger. He's one of my roots. And my job as being me is protecting my roots. The same like it is for you, protecting your roots is the only thing that you can control, that you can protect your roots. You cannot control branches falling off. You cannot control leaves falling off, but you can control making sure that your roots are good. How do you do that? Because normally trees are not able to do that. The biggest risk for every single tree out there is fire. Fire is the biggest risk because they can survive storms, they can survive water, they can survive most likely everything what is going on out there. But what trees cannot survive is fire. When something dramatic really is happening, right? But there is the strongest and biggest trees in the world called redwoods. The redwoods are the strongest and the biggest trees that we have on this planet. And on Netflix, there's a documentation about like the world and everything and nature. And a couple of years ago, I was watching that together with my best friend, Tim. And when I was watching that with Tim, we saw how there's like a big fire going on in the last redwood woods that exist on Earth. So there's only one wood that exists with redwoods, which are, like I said, the highest and biggest trees in the world. One last wood exists with hundreds and thousands of those redwoods. And there was a firestorm going on there. And you could see how everything was burning down. Everything went black and gray, and there was ash all over, right? And everything got destroyed. The whole wood got destroyed. Everything that was green was then black. And I was looking at Tim and I was like, damn, I didn't know about redwoods. I knew them. I knew that they were like the biggest woods in the world, or the biggest trees in the world. I did not know that they don't exist no more, because they just said it's the last redwood wood in the world. So we just saw them dying, right? Do they still exist? And we continued watching the series, and then you see how the first little bit green, is coming out of the floor. And there's more and more and more green coming, and it started to really look beautiful like it was looking before. And then all of a sudden, I saw the trees also becoming like they were before, right? They started to, how do you say that? Like they were beautiful again, right? And they were shining, and the redwoods were like they were before the fire was coming. And I was confused, because I was like, damn, there was so much fire. How can those redwoods survive that? And I tell you the reason for it, guys. Because redwoods developed a fire resistance. That's what redwoods developed, fire resistance. Like all of this here, all of what you're seeing here is fire resistant. And this is the reason why the redwoods protect their roots. This is the reason why redwoods are able to survive for millions and millions and tens of millions of years now on this beautiful planet, because they developed fire resistance. So to protect their roots, because they cannot do something against losing their branches. They cannot do something against losing their leaves, but they can do something against helping their roots and protecting their roots. And to protect their roots, they became fire resistant. And this is what you need to do as the tree, because the tree symbolizes your business. The tree symbolizes you, and you need to become a redwood. You need to become fire resistant. You need to protect your roots, because this is the only thing that you can protect in your business, and that you can make sure that they are good. Helen and Emil are my roots. I will protect them until the end of my life. These are my roots, and this is my job as the leader. This is your job as the leader, protecting your roots, understanding cycles, understanding that it's all part of the business and it's all part of the game, losing the leaves, losing the branches. But it's your job to protect your roots. And if you do a good job with everything that I just showed you guys today, and then you do a good job with protecting your roots, and you stay consistent, and you do this for 10 years, guys, there is no other option for you than to make it happen. There is no other option. There is no other thing that can happen others than you making it happen, and you become the person that you want to become. You becoming the man or the woman that your family later on will be proud of. There is no other way than this happening. All you got to do is make sure that you protect your roots, understand the cycles, accept the cycles, go with the flow, and make it happen every single day, guys. Talk to 3 people every single day for the next 90 days. If you do that, you talk to close to 300 people just by yourself. 10 people in your team do the same thing. You will speak to 3,000 people in the next 90 days, just with a group of 10 people. Imagine what happens with a group of 100 people or a group of 500 people. Everyone speaking to 3 people every single day for the next 90 days. Guys, nothing but big ass momentum is going to happen. Huge rank ups, a lot of Platinum 2000 rank ups, and a lots of Platinum 2000 and Platinum 1000 recognition on that event, together with your number one, Alex, Morten. So I'm definitely prepared for it. I'm excited for it, guys. I'm excited to come to you guys again to Sweden. I hope I could bring some fire for you guys today on this call and you could learn some. If so, put some fire in the chat for your uplines, for Helen, for Emil, for Michael, for serving you guys every single day, for being here for you guys every single day. I'm so, so, so proud of them and so grateful to have this leadership for you in Sweden. With that being said, I'm gonna give it back, I believe, to Anwar. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. That's it, guys. Excited. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Maurice, once again. And holy, like this was when I'm telling you guys we're ending this with a bang, I truly meant it because this information can now get you to Platinum 2000. And not only that, with the special training with this tree, I've heard this before and it really, came in and I got remembered because that's the thing, sometimes you need to be reminded. And this is what can take you to the next level. And I cannot be excited to see new P1Ks, P2Ks walking up on stage on the Alex Morten. And once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done for Sweden. And I'm really, really excited to meet you very, very soon again, man.
Excited, guys. See you. Wish you all an amazing, great Easter evening if you're celebrating it. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And guys, before we end it off, I want to just let you guys know. And for those who missed, who's gonna miss this announcement, that's crazy. Well, here's the thing. I know I'm not gonna be fast. I'm gonna be really, really fast with it. But what dropped on Monday? Does anyone know what dropped on Monday this week? There is something. If you went into the back office, there was a tool. Oh, sci-fi, right? And I don't know how much you guys have been using sci-fi. I've been using sci-fi and I've been waiting for this since August, like last year, or yeah, around August last year. And it's crazy what we're about to do because you're gonna get access to a call. Yeah, we got y'all. We're gonna give you guys a call because sci-fi got it. And not the one and only, I'm gonna get it out right now. But understand this, on Wednesday, 8 p.m., you're gonna have the possibility to hop in and watch the one and only, listen to the GOAT himself. Let's see, I'm gonna drop it right here. We got Tyrone Foster joining in on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I want you guys to really understand this is the tool that's going to give you time freedom. This is the tool that's going to give you the possibility to do whatever you love, right? And with the trading and making profits in the chart, we're killing it right now. Has never, like, this is the time I haven't seen so much possibilities with all the different tools. So make sure that you get every single team partner in this call, and not only for like your team, you can get people back to the academy. If you have people that has been in the company but isn't active right now, get them on this call. Let them let them know. Give them the opportunity to see how much it has evolved. And if you haven't gotten your ticket, like for the event, that we have now in June with Alex Morten, with Maurice, with Michael, Helen, Emil, you got to get your tickets secured. I'm going to make sure I'm going to drop the ticket for that event. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick before we end it off right here. Or someone in the chat can, someone in the P2 can send it out. But make sure to get your tickets for this event. I got it right here. So I'm going to send it out. So make sure, send this flyer out. Post this everywhere, right? Post this everywhere. Tag Tyrone as well. And get yourself the tickets. They're going to run out. And this is maxed out, right? We won't have exactly 1,000 spots, but this is the possibility where you can really elevate to the next level. So with that being said, I'm gonna end this off. Thank you so much for taking the time to hop in and listen to our mentor, Maurice Sommer. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the team chats Enough capitals in the bat, and ciao.